Hey guys, how's it going? So in today's video we're going to be talking about Aurora Cannabis having 420,000 investors in Robinhood and why that's important. And number two is Aphria, is it undervalued? I'm not calling it undervalued because at the end of the day, shareholder makes up the value of the company. So if shareholders sell off, it could go down lower. But if you compare the assets to the market cap, then yes, it would be considered kind of undervalued, but only from that aspect. But yes. Anyways, let's begin. So before I begin, I just wanted to talk about my YouTube money, how much money I made. So your YouTube premium revenue, that's insanely high. Oh wait, no, that's my total. So anyway, I started in April of 2018. I made $11.32. May, I made $201, and then it just kept climbing. September, when Aurora Cannabis was about to get acquired by Coke, yeah, that was an exciting time, and my revenue spiked like super crazy that time. I made $2,762 that month, and then after that it just kept going down, and I'm seem to be able to make it hover around $500. So I'm not doing too bad, but I wish I was on the level of Jeremy, where he makes like probably $20,000 to $50,000 off of YouTube a month, just off YouTube income. So that I want to be on that level, but it's tough. So I'm thinking Investing Hustler is making way more money than me right now because he seems to get more views and he does less videos too. So I have to work very hard to get this up to 560, like to maintain that $500. But I don't care. I actually enjoy making videos. And I force myself to make at least 2 videos every day, no matter what. Like, even though I'm working a lot more right now, I'm still making 2 videos a day. All this money is going straight to my corporation. I will be making an update video on my corporation of my taxes, how much money I will be paying off all my taxes, including my members, including my YouTube. So everything, I'm gonna show you guys my taxes, including like my stocks, like how much money I made stocks, like how much I pay the government and everything. So look forward to that in the future for a video. Robinhood has 420,000 users on Robinhood. Aurora Cannabis is the #1 company on the Robinhood app. They has 420,000 investors simply just on Robinhood. That is insane. That is a lot of investors. It seems like millennials really like Aurora Cannabis app. Aurora beat Apple, which is crazy. Top spot from Apple on January 31st. I don't know why. I don't know why Aurora is the #1 company. I think Cam Batley just does a really good job at convincing people to be part of the Aurora family shareholders. That's what I believe. But what do you guys think? Why do you guys think Aurora has so many US Robinhood investors, basically millennial investors? Comment down below. And why I think this is also important? It's because I think this really brings out the brand in Aurora. Like, let's say for example, there's 420 Robinhood users, right? Let's say the stock went up massively. They tell their friends, they tell their family, and then their friends and family try to buy some Aurora too. Bringing out the brand. So when Aurora does become a blue chip company, if it becomes a blue chip company, it will be a very, that would be crazy. And it's kind of crazy because I believe in Aurora so hardcore, and now Aurora is the biggest brand among investors. Like a lot of investors know about Aurora Cannabis. That's why there's 420,000 buyers. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it. Now I'm gonna play Xerox Investors. Why Aphria is hugely undervalued. Road to $10. This was made when Aphria stock was still recovering from the short attack on January 20, 2019. So I'm gonna be playing the video. Let's begin.
Hello everyone, this is X Ratios Investor. Please note that this video is for educational purpose, and please still do your own research. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Apparently Aphria's LATAM holdings in Colombia, Argentina, Jamaica are completely worthless, and unfortunately we are yet to see Aphria's rebuttal on this that were supposed to reinstate investors' confidence. You must be wondering why I still like Aphria stock despite this controversy when people would usually avoid this stock from the uncertainty. First thing first, I have to admit that I did doubt myself during the short report. However, after reanalyzing Aphria, I reached the verdict that this stock at the moment is hugely undervalued. Of course, I could be wrong here, but please be patient and hear me out here, as I truly think that Aphria stock can easily hit $10 in the near-term future, likely in a month to 6 months' time, just because there are so many reasoning pointing that makes me believe in Aphria. So let's get started on the 3 reasons why I think Aphria is undervalued. Reason number 1, Gabriel Grego, of Quintessential Capital initiated a short-selling report against Aphria on December 2018, as they were probably the biggest winner benefiting from panic seller after the initial release of the short-selling report. After researching this, I cannot help but think that this allegation was false and hugely exaggerated. The story is that Aphria acquired LATAM Holdings assets that include Marigold Projects, a licensed Jamaican grower, a pharmaceutical distribution warehouse in Argentina, and licensed farmland in Colombia for the price of $225 million. Hindenburg and Quintessential uncovers a connection between Sol Global Investments and Aphria's advisors and questioned the farm's existence, calling the acquisitions part of a shell game to funnel money to insiders at an inflated price, as they claimed that there was no cannabis farm or dispensary, and concluded that Aphria stock is virtually worthless. However, after digging deeper with the help of reliable investigative journalist report by Bloomberg, turns out there is indeed operating farm in Jamaica in addition to a weed shop, basically negating the short-selling report claim. In other words, Bloomberg managed to find everything that Quintessential and Hindenburg claimed wasn't there. Also, since then, as of recently, Quintessential and Hindenburg conveniently decided to move on after the change in management when CEO and co-founder, Vic Neufeld and Cole Cacciavillani decided to step down from their executive positions. To be honest, I personally think that it doesn't add up just because Vic and Cole will remain on Aphria's board. Also, if you look at the recent insider buys, you can tell that investors and board members remained confident in Aphria. Maybe there's some actuality of Aphria purchasing Scythian Biosciences for an inflated price, but it is tough to know as there is no concrete evidence that prove Aphria insiders have been engaged in the so-called shell game. Reason number 2 is probably the most important of all, the change in leadership. Not saying that Vic is horrible, but he is definitely not good enough. You would have think that Aphria management team had learnt their lesson from sealing questionable deals, but there was history back in March 2018, where Aphria had put themselves in a questionable situation when they completed its buyout of Nuvera for $425 million, as Nuvera had no experience producing cannabis and has posted virtually no revenue. What Nuvera appears to have is a set of international relationships in Italy, Israel and Germany, and a well-connected board of directors and management team hailing from the world of online gaming, tech and pharmaceuticals. While I believe that the Vic and Cole's Nuvera scandal and LATAM acquisition is unintentional, many people would have seen that coming, that is Vic and Cole stepping down from their respective position for handling it poorly. I believe that they have been biased in their purchases even if the shell game controversy was obviously unintended. Getting rid of CEO Vic after this too questionable deal in the span of 9 months is much needed if Aphria is going to regain the trust of the investors. Aphria has a strong and experienced management team and none of them have resigned despite the recent controversy. I believe that the new CEO can open the door to new relations, only time can tell. Reason number 3 is a news that perhaps some may already know. GGB, the Green Growth Brands' hostile takeover bid around $8.07 per share when Aphria was trading at 25% below the offered price. Green Growth Brands is a U.S. cannabis retail company with only one retail location and market caps of $200 million on the U.S. OTC markets. The company just started producing revenue a few months ago and is currently still on a huge loss. But the good thing is Green Growth Brands is backed by the Schottenstein family, billionaires who own stakes in multiple huge retailers. Perhaps it will not be GGB as Aphria's management believe that the offer is far too low. Although GGB has reiterated their interest in the takeover and higher bids could likely to follow up. Eventually when a deal is completed, I am not saying it will be Green Growth Brands, but I believe it could send Aphria's stock price up when Aphria has a deal in hand. Before I end this video, I want to talk a little bit on the recent earning report that ended on November 30, 2018. Judging from the earnings report, Aphria did great but not amazing as they fell a little short from expectation. With earning per share of 22 cents, compared to last year of 9 cents, up by 19 cents. Net revenue increased to $21.7 million, an increase of 63% from prior quarter on initial sales to Canadian adult use market. Net income was $54.8 million, increased of 743% year-over-year. Sold 3.4 kilograms of cannabis, increased of 92% compared to first fiscal quarter. Operating expenses increased from a little over $20 million to $27.54 million. Considering the fact that Canada were short in pot supply, nothing impressive in terms of number-wise on the recreational sales as Aphria's report didn't exactly cover the 1 month and a half time period of post-legalization, so it is tough to tell exactly how well Aphria did during that span. I honestly don't think this is for faint-hearted investors because funds could likely remain with Aphria stock for that 1 to 6 months duration. I still couldn't help it but think that a deal could likely be happening soon, with Aphria, Aurora, and Tilray being the remaining US-listed Canadian LP. That's all I have for this video. Please note that this is what I personally believe from my research, and I will be glad to hear your opinion whether you agree or disagree with me. As always, do note that speculation caused people to pay no attention to stock valuation and consideration, so please exercise the stock with caution and please still do your own due diligence. Subscribe